Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA, David Aldridge is on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And when you look at the Kings matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Green in at the small forward. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Murray out there with Derek White. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. And in constructing lineups, Chris, there's often the dilemma of choosing rim protection versus floor spacing. To you, what matters most?
Well, to me, what matters most is floor spacing. A defense is not overrated. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't matter if you have defense and you can't score. Scoring is just as important, and you have to put pressure on that defense by scoring. And even if you have a shot blocker, what if I have guys that like shoot it outside and don't come to the paint?
Right.
Well, then I've already taken that shot blocker out of the game. So it's all about offense, having a balanced offense, and then guys willing to listen, pay attention to the details, and be engaged on the defensive end.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Westbrook passes to Green. Capella trying to free himself up. And here comes White, leading the fast break. And he comes up with the deuce. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Now Westbrook. He had 27 points last game. Pass to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Really like seeing Harden take it strong inside. So crafty in how he finishes near the bucket.
And here is Murray. He had 19 points in the win against Detroit.
And look, it was more than his scoring. He was dominant on D. His steal numbers for that game were crazy.
And that one, good.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Pass to Green. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
And thinking back to when Gerald Green first came into the league, oozing with athleticism, but really not much else. Now he's a completely different and better player than when he first arrived.
First one falls for him. And as amazing as Green was in his dunking as a younger player, he needed to grow as a player.
And the time he spent overseas, I think, really helped with his development and confidence. Came back to the NBA, and really since his return has been a great weapon off the bench for whichever team he's suited up for.
And he makes both free throws.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Murray right side. Five to shoot. To the middle. Here's Aldridge. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
He's off on the second. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Great, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Now White after Westbrook's missed three. Here's Murray. And no good. Great D that time from Green. Harden against White. Harden, that's good.
This is what great size in the backcourt gives you, the ability to equally challenge the defense on all three levels. Harden is incredible.
Westbrook against Murray. And no good that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Offensive rebound, Aldridge. Green with the block.
With his vertical, there's no reason Green shouldn't get his share of blocks. I mean, he's just got to anticipate the shot like he lives here.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Murray, the Rockets making the shot. Outside, White. Pirtle with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by Houston.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work.
Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Yes.
Woo.
Now remember, Green's the man who blew out the candle on the cupcake at the dunk contest. This one might not be as fancy as that dunk, but almost.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Well, I love P.J. Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner three.
And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Clint Capella.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
And Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
Here's Murray. James Harden picking up that last basket. Outside, White. Spurs passing it around. Out to DeRozan. They could use a bucket. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Aldridge.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Spurs trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds it.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly. You know, his offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Here's Murray. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. San Antonio calls timeout.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
So a moment now to see the story on James Harden. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. Third in scoring, and of course, he's in the top 5 in free throw percentage. It can go overlooked, but sure makes a difference.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy, and everyone else knows it as well. Spurs trail by 9. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
Here's Murray. Stolen by Westbrook. In the corner, Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Harden's got 10.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Here's Murray. James Harden picking up that last basket. Pass to White. It's Aldridge, high post. Shot clock at 6. He sinks the 11-footer.
That mid-range, Jay, just no problem for a big man like LaMarcus Aldridge. Really, he has patented that jump shot.
Now here's Westbrook. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Outside, Green. Kicks it to Harden. Shoots over White. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 12 points for James Harden.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
DeRozan against Green. And Capella sends it back.
It seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
San Antonio making a switch here. Gay's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for P.J. Tucker, and Gordon subbed in for Green. Now, here's Aldridge. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And his impact wasn't just on offense. He played great D, blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Trey Lyles checked in for Pirtle. Damari Carroll comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Derek White. Here's Gay. 9 points last game. Here's Mills. There's the pass to Carroll. Just 2 to shoot. Here's the 3. That shot off the mark. And it's Houston the other way. Here's Westbrook, and the dunk by Westbrook.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Spurs trail by 15. And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. Now here's Mills. A 14-point game for him in the win against Detroit. Great D that time from Westbrook.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Spurs shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
So it's the Spurs now, following the score by Houston. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely.
I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And here they go. And Harden with the stuff.
And when Harden gets to cooking, you got to feed him. You got to keep feeding him. He's an excellent rhythm scorer.
Spurs trail by 18. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Gay scanning before. 6 on the shot clock. Over Westbrook. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And it's Gordon penetrating. It's hauled in by Lyles.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay-in.
Bellinelli dishes to Mills. No good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, you love seeing Harden take off for the slam. He has just unreal hops.
.158 left here in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Gay. Passes it to Bellinelli. Jacks up a three. That one doesn't go. The Rockets go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and that's got to be annoying to them. I mean, work hard to get to the line, but fail to capitalize. Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Daniel House comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
Here's Mills. And that one goes long.
A scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language that he's getting discouraged.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Stolen by Rivers. And now it's Cephalosha running. He can go all the way. And the jam by Cephalosha.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Spurs. Pass to Lyles.
Don't leave Mills open.
Now here's Gay, covered by Cephalosha. 4 on the shot clock. Poked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Cephalosha. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Here's Gay. No points in the game yet for him. Drills the three-pointer.
Come on, you can't allow Gay to get comfortable from beyond the arc. He really stretches the D when he's nailing that long ball.
Now here's Rivers, covered by Mills. Pass to Capella.
Oh, you better shoot that.
6 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And when he's healthy, Gordon is extremely effective, an incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Gordon hits both of them. And the Spurs with possession here. Gay outside. To the wing on the left. The 3 from Mills. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Oh, and Gay is a man of many talents, a sharp passer who puts the team above all else.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Rockets ahead, opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stuff to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Oh, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's McLemore. And it's House in at the 4 spot. The 3 from Mills. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Gordon's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Shots good by Mills. Mills has got 5 now.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as a high percentage a look as you're going to get, running the floor beautifully.
Now here's Rivers. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta. Bounce pass Gordon. From deep, McLemore. The Rockets again can't hit. Spurs trail by 21.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy. He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hops.
Rivers passes to McLemore. Now here's Gordon. Down low, Capella, rebounded by the Spurs. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
The Spurs have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pirtle, he's checked in for Lyles. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for DeMar Carroll. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's White in for Patty Mills. As we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent, the biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor, and the better you can shoot.
Oh!
It's best just to get out of Green's way when he's driving to the bucket. You'll make the highlights for all the wrong reasons.
And so White will bring it up for the Spurs. Only giving up 2 points this quarter, and the pass to Pirtle. Now the feed to Aldridge.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Tucker. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 6 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Houston leading by 17. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. White against Rivers. And White kicks to Aldridge. Now DeRozan. 20 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Houston moving it around. Green finds Rivers. Now McLemore fires for 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Now here's DeRozan. He's tightly guarded. He gets that one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Rivers against White. Passes to Green. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Here are the Spurs with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. From deep, Gay. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Now let's step back and have a look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. 5th best, the Rockets.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Rockets leading by 13. Rivers surveying the D. He kicks to McLemore. Green against DeRozan. Green the pass to House. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. White wide open. He fires. No good from the wing. Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And stolen by White. Green against DeRozan. Gay dishes to DeRozan. Great tee that time from Green.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation from Pirtle on that one, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Murray's checked in for Rudy Gay. Houston also making some changes. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Daniel House. James Harden comes in for Ben McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. Murray, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Harden outside. Back to Westbrook to stop the drought. The shot, no good. Murray with the defensive effort. Spurs trail by 11.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Gay.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
And stolen by White. And oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back. And finished off by DeRozan.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. They lead by 7. And the basket by Harden.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Murray, the pass to Pirtle. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Aldridge. Rocket 6 over Sefolosha. And Aldridge the basket on the assist from DeRozan. 6 points for Aldridge.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Westbrook passes to Harden. There's Green with the 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 7. DeRozan on the wing. Tries from 16, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Sefolosha. And Pirtle sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. Over Murray.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Murray with the defensive effort. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook. Chris, over the last 40 years, a steady decline in offensive rebound. Largely due, I'm guessing, to the concern with transition defense, right?
Definitely, and let's give respect to offensive rebounding that it should have. Whenever you had guys like Rodman, Popeye Jones, guys that used to just, you'd have nightmares about because they were such great rebounders, Ben Wallace. Well, now it's a little bit different because those guys were playing the 4 position, right? So now at the 4 position, you have to get back on defense because if you're not, guys are shooting threes from Curry land in the 4 position because the game has evolved. And so now it is better to get back in transition than trying to get an extra possession for your team. You still want to attack the glass. You just want to make sure you know who's in the game at that time because now you have guys leaking out, getting a quick shot on that other end.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 12th in steals, 14th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
As we've seen, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet, quick hands, always looking to force a mistake. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Cephalosha, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the Spurs with possession here, trailing by 10. Murray kicks to DeRozan. And here is Pirtle. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good work there as it goes.
And his shot, has come around. For most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Outside Westbrook. Here's Gordon. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds in this game. Murray the pass to Carroll. No good on the triple. Rockets leading by 8. It's Westbrook with the drive and finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
San Antonio's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Aldridge. And yes, it's good. Aldridge has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Pass to Westbrook. Capella against Pirtle. The kick out to Westbrook. No good with the triple.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Murray surveying the D. Here's DeRozan. The second effort, Aldridge. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I love how Aldridge uses his size to hold his own against defenders and just routinely scores up over the top.
So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Lyles checked in for Pirtle. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. The free throw drops for Aldridge. 1:03 left here in the second. Here's Westbrook on the wing, Cephalosha. A putback, and Westbrook is right there. Westbrook's got 10.
Nice tip in there. He's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Aldridge finds Carroll. Now the pass to Lyles. Another shot, and the layup is up and in. Lyles got his first basket.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
27 seconds left now here in the second. There's the lob to Harden.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Spurs trail by 7. Mills with it. He's got 5. Pass to Aldridge. And here is Lyles. He's covered by Westbrook. And the wide open shot from what a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that three makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Houston on top, up by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool lion.
Got it.
James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 24 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And for James Harden, he loves to be put on an island and go one-on-one against a defender.
Well, yeah, last season, Harden had as many ISOs called for him as some teams ran in. And that's all because of his coach. His coach calls the games that way. It's his bread and butter. And there isn't much you can do to stop him with one defender.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played for.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you gotta love.
Right.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
DeRozan scanning the floor. And let's focus briefly on an area we often overlook. Point guard rebounding. Here are the leaders in that category over the past 10 games. Russell Westbrook is second. And, of course, DeJounte Murray.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Yeah, these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
The first free throw is good. DeMar DeRozan hits them both. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Feeds to Tucker. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Green kicks to Westbrook. From deep three-point range, Green, no luck.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open three like that.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Pirtle, the pass to Murray. Here's Pirtle. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot clock at 6. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
One shot.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Back to Murray. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. 6 to shoot. Over Green. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from DeMar DeRozan.
Well, he's not going to back off when he's down. I mean, when he's got a chance to attack the basket.
Pass to Green. Tucker with the ball. DeRozan defending. And Tucker kicks to Westbrook. He feeds it to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And this is where Capella excels. Close to the rim. Uses his size well to dunk.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Pass to Pirtle. Aldridge down low. He's covered by Westbrook. Aldridge, no luck. Rockets leading by 8. Now, here's Tucker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Westbrook drives in, and that one is off. And the Spurs going the other way now. From outside the arc, knocks down the 3-ball. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. You gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
To the paint, here's Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
Love how Harden attacks the basket when he's close by. Just relentless in finding ways to get himself to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. The Rockets also changing it up. Daniel House is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Ben McLemore comes in for Green, and it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Murray left side. A second chance effort. Here's Pirtle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Pirtle is so polished in the post. Defenders are always nervous when he has the ball down low.
The Spurs have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. And he makes the first. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
House the pass to Rivers. The Rockets with another miss. And there's a whistle. That goes on Daniel House. That's foul number 2 for him. Spurs trail by 5. Murray outside. And there's the pass to Gay.
An imposing defender, thanks to his timing, his height, his reach. I mean, Capella is awesome at throwing shooters off their game.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Passes it to McLemore. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Harden. Lets it go. Here's House. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points. House has got his first 2 points of the night.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating, because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Chalk up 2 there. 15 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And you want to talk about high-volume scores, just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Murray up on top. He's guarded by Rivers. White against Harden. Stolen by Harden. Rivers passes to McLemore. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on DeRozan.
Oh, and that's the big-time strength of McLemore. If you were going to foul this guy, you can't give him any daylight to get the shot off, too.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Trey Lyles checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for White. That's Mills in for Murray.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
The former Jayhawk McLemore, a gifted scorer who can really light it up in a hurry.
Pass to DeRozan. Lyles with it from beyond the arc. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Rivers. It's good. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. San Antonio calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. And he's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
In the corner, it's McLemore. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Gordon. Over Bellinelli. Here's Capella. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters. 5th best, Clint Capella.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
shooting 2.
That one is off.
There weren't any Swiss players in the NBA until just a few years ago, but now Capella is one of several guys from Switzerland making an impact in this league.
Damari Carroll's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And a switch here also for Houston. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Danuel House. Good on the second free throw. And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. 8-point game. There's the pass to Lyles. Good on the bucket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Passes it to Gordon. Banked in off the glass. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
The Spurs have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Pass to Gay. Count the basket. Gay's got 10 points in the game.
And the wily athleticism of Gay helps him in these situations. Just so clever at finding ways to bury shots against defenders.
Now Rivers. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Shot by Gordon, wide open. His three-pointers off the mark. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Spurs trail by 6. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down. And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
On the wing, Gordon. Dishes it to Sefolosha. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Gay. And here's Carroll. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Mills kicks to Lyles. Clock at 6. Bellinelli with the 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up. Rivers has got 4 points this quarter. Spurs trail by 7. Mills with it. He's got 6. Here's Lyles. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Houston making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. Gay inside. Covered by Sefolosha. Houston leading by 7. Rivers gets a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Sefolosha against Carroll. Lyles with a wide open look. Off target with the open look.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Bellinelli against Westbrook. Gay kicks to Carroll from the arc. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's rocket shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here's Rivers. Basket counts. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
Oh, he's got it rolling this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
The Spurs shooting around 40% in the third, maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Here's Mills. Rockets with the rebound. Cephalosha's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
For 3, Gordon hits it from 3-point range. Gordon's got 9 points.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Mills can't hit. Rockets leading by 14. Pass to Cephalosha. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Bellinelli pulls it in, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
And that one falls for Bellinelli.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Oh, I love the intensity from Bellinelli. So confident. He plays the game with a real panache.
Westbrook passes to Tucker. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Here's Mills. No good. Shot missing. Westbrook with the nice D there.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Mills with the steal. Kicks to Aldridge. Back to Mills. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Houston with it. Gay outside. Carroll. Count that bucket. Carroll's got his first basket of the night.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
Extends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
And so it's Houston enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so Aldridge will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Down by 12. So on the floor for Houston. Tucker and Capella are up front. Gordon is at the 2 with Green playing the 3. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
He kicks it to Tucker. In the corner, it's Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Over Bellinelli. And the basket by Gordon. And the Rockets lead by 12.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Murray against Westbrook. Aldridge dishes to Murray. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Spurs with some changes. DeMar DeRozan comes in for DeMar Carroll, and it's White in for Bellinelli. And a switch here also for Houston. Harden's checked in. Aldridge left side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Clint Capella. The first one falls. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Westbrook. On the wing, Green. They grab their own miss. And it's good, 2 points. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 18 rebounds. Westbrook against Murray. Over Westbrook. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Houston leading by 14. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Spurs have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Gay kicks to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
On the wing, Harden. Nice D from Aldridge. Spurs trail by 12. Here's White. Rockets with the rebound. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's San Antonio with it. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Three-pointer. Pulls in another board. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
The 3 from Harden. That one doesn't drop. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Murray outside. The dish to Aldridge. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Capella. Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Spurs trail by 16. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for San Antonio. Rockets on defense. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. White looking around. Harden with the defensive effort. Rockets leading by 16. Here's Tucker. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs, their injuries last year created an opportunity for Jarrett White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot, a shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
Two.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for White. So it's the Rockets now. They lead by 14. The pass to Harden. Back to Westbrook. Pirtle with the steal. And here comes one. Leading the fast break. It's rebounded by Houston. Now here's Harden. And there's the feed to Capella. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Aldridge wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one.
I remember when you get in trouble for shooting the three as a big man. Now teams want their bigs operating outside the three-point line.
Now Westbrook on the wing. Green. San Antonio with the rebound. Pirtle's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's DeRozan. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all 3 of these leagues I'm in on.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. And the Rockets with possession here. 9-point game. Westbrook against Murray. Outside Westbrook. Right side Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, what a heads-up play by Green. Knowing he has a man in a tough spot and getting the contact to draw the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Kevin Green has been so resilient over the course of his career. I mean, look, he's played for a lot of teams. He's played overseas. He's been a valuable player, though, everywhere he's been.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing by 10. And the basket by DeRozan.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
And here's Tucker. Green taking his time here. Kicks it out to Harden. Clock is at 3. Shoots over White. And that one hits back iron. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Murray. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Westbrook with it. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
And Capella over to help. For the 3. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from White.
Well, they left it until the 4th quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
They almost left it until too late. But now it's anybody's game.
Westbrook passes to Harden. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Murray winning 2nd team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
That's what they want to see from him, attacking, getting whistles, and maybe causing some foul trouble.
Westbrook against Murray. Outside DeRozan. Rebounded by Capella.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Green kicks to Westbrook. Back to Green. Fires the 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Spurs trail by 12. Right side, DeRozan. And DeRozan throws it down.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game. Don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless.
Shots good by Green.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you can leave alone, not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
Here's Murray.
I see you.
And Harden comes to help. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. On the wing, Harden. Defended by Pirtle. Westbrook, no good.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time down.
Ball's knocked loose. Rockets leading by 13. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Now here's Murray. Outside, White. Spurs passing it around. Here's Aldridge. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
I mean, a very skilled finisher inside. Even with defenders close, he'll find a way to score.
Harden outside. Back to Westbrook. Launches a three. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Spurs. It's a 16-point game. Now Westbrook. Passes it to Capella. Back to Westbrook. 1:35 left here in the 4th quarter. He dishes it to Harden. Clock at 4. Here's Green. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Rockets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 17. 1:02 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
They had not been playing very good basketball coming into this game. And that's when a team needs its star players to step up and stop the bleeding, just like he did tonight. 1:02 left to play here in the 4th. The shot's good from Forbes.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Inside, here's Nene. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Pass to Pirtle. Here is Forbes. Pass to Aldridge. Over Chandler. Aldridge misses. And here's Harden.
Hey, yo, Russell.
Feeds it to Chandler. Can't connect from short range. And the shot is good from Johnson. 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Westbrook kicks to Clark. Outside Westbrook. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, and when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you were on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.